one thing that I wanted to ask a question of, and maybe we'll start with you, Ropz. If you were to describe your play style as a player, how would you do that?
I mean, many people say annoying just because they know I'm in a spot lurking, but they don't know when I'm coming. I guess annoying can be an answer.
Okay, like look, I would say methodical.
Yeah, methodical. Yeah,
measured.
Of course. I mean, classic. What people say as well. I mean, just because it's the way you peek at the peak angles, measured. Like obviously there's just taking decisions, but that goes for like any position. I don't know, doing some fancy grenades.
Do you guys think Ropz is annoying?
Yeah.
I'm not playing against him like position.
Yeah, true. Yeah, look, that's fair. But you would say yeah?
Yeah, I think mostly because I think he's one of the few like anchor lurkers that kind of base the game around himself. A lot of them are kind of passive and they let other guys, do the work. But I think Robin is one of the few players where he puts pressure even though he's in like an anchor or a lurker position. So I think this is what, at least for me, stands out the most.
Now, this is when we watch your games, right? You're more active in these spots. You're very disruptive. Like on the CT side, you're not just sitting there waiting for things to come to you. You're making sure you're ruining defaults or slowing things down, or you've got your own peaks and your own plays. So it's like that's what I think, or I'm hoping that Zwei brings to like Spirit. Because when I watched Zwei on Amiga, he was a bit more active in some of similar positions as to what you would play on the T side as well. He backs his aim a lot. So I'm curious to see what happens with Zwei. But I've just gone on a tangent. Donk, if you were to describe your play style, do you have any words that you could use for that?
I don't know.
No? How would you guys describe Donk's play style?
A machine. I don't know. I think he's very straightforward.
Aggressive.
He's aggressive and he's really good at multi-killing
Unstoppable
people.
force.
Yeah.
I think anyone could say the same.
Okay. If we break it down, it's like Donk, go kill, right? But it's not as simple as that, is it?
Sometimes.
Or is it?
Who
Sometimes.
knows?
Who knows? Well, this is it. You want to let us in? You want to give us any secrets? Any tricks of the trade?
No.
No. Okay.
Why should they?
It does feel like that sometimes,
Yeah?
It is as simple as that, because, I mean, when you're as good as that, it's gonna look like that,
Robin has a strat that I will go kill. Drop to him a hero AK and he's go like underpass and at the Mirage.
Okay. All right.
Exactly.
What about you, Niko? You give us some more words to your playstyle?
To my playstyle, I don't know. I feel like my playstyle has shifted over the years.
But you've always been flashy, right? And you've always been like your aim style has always been you're more of a tapper, right? Maybe you're becoming a bit more of a burster because of CS2, but you're not known for crazy spray control. Like the fights when you take them and you're in a position, you're able to delete everybody on your screen. So is that how it feels when you're playing?
Yeah, I mean, definitely in CSGO, I was going for more one-taps. It was easier to clear angles. I think I had a very similar playstyle to Robin. Even though he was on a lurk, I was kind of in a pack sometimes. But I still like to, clear my angles, take the duels that I want to take. I don't want to kind of play... I want to take the duels that they want me to take, kind of. So I always try to dictate the pace of how I want to pick people. But in CS2, it just became a little bit harder. So I try to be a bit... less unpredictable, because in CS2 either players got so good or I don't know, someone just like everyone is moving all the time. You cannot it just doesn't feel the same way to play. So if I were to describe my play style, I don't even know how I would describe it right now. You tell me. You probably know better.
Well, that's my job, I guess, is to talk about the way. Do you guys have a way that you would describe Niko's playstyle?
It's also very measured. I think Niko was one of the pioneers of peaking angles, clearing angles back in 2016, 15. I think that was the way that he brought the game to another level. I think as well.
Well, this is it, right? Because obviously you've had to continue to evolve the longest. Ropz is the second, and then you're the fresh face. But you've come in and just kind of blown everything up. But with Niko in the early days, it was like, oh, there's this aim star, but he's also, very good at all the other necessary requirements. Then Ropz came in, and this is when I first started doing this job. And it was in an office just down the road, and he'd come from being called a cheater, goes to the Faceit office, and now he's playing on mouse. And I'm just watching in Go TV, I'm just watching Ropz, and it's this kid who's just clearing every corner. Like, it looks agonizing for somebody like me who likes to wide swing and run in first. He's clearing every corner. I'm like, wow, this is crazy. Like, he knows every single angle. And then you come in, and all of the stuff from the people before you is kind of already ingrained in you, but not like, and you're still so mechanically like brilliant with all the angle clearing, but you're rapid. You just bang, bang. And things happen so quickly. So like the evolution of the game over a 10-year period is nuts, but it's like all of your things combined is like why we're seeing players like him and Kiyasuke and stuff today. And it's then, to your point, like players getting better. They have done, because the knowledge of the past is kind of, it's people, you don't need to learn it anymore, right? People have seen what's happened, and they just kind of, that's the way the game is played today. But with what I've said there, do you guys think that is a reasonable statement, or do we think that CS2 is just actually a worse game?
I think it's completely true. I mean, it's funny because I think about it a lot as well, and I just going back to your statement, like I watched back some of the stuff from 2017 when I was playing FPL and I was doing the things that people said I'm cheating or whatever, and I don't know, I just look back and people were just bad.
Yeah.
Yep.
People were bad at playing CS. Yeah. They go FPL, they queue, have a beer after, like it's not even serious, during those times. So, it shifts a lot, the meta, the skill level of players. It's going up and up, and it's true that every year that a new superstar gets born, I think all of them have the qualities of the past, and they have each of their own new as well. Yep.
And they bring something new, right, at the same time. So not only are they using what everyone else has gone through the trials and tribulations of, they bring the next level of it, and that's kind of where the bar gets set. I wanted to ask a question to the table. Do we think that riflers are more impactful in the modern game than AWPers? Because it always used to be AWPers, right, as the most impactful players.
I would say yes, but it also depends how you use your riflers, obviously.
Okay.
If you have someone like, him or me to some extent, where like we are taking the resources to ourselves, going for entries, like this is kind of where you base the game around. So then obviously you're going to have more impact. And I think in CSGO was probably a bit more balanced.
But with riflers and AWPers?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because obviously AWPers were just really, really good in CSGO. Obviously they were definitely the most powerful role on the team, but I think riflers could still, the good rifles that were having enough resources, that were like trying to become one of the best, they could still have more impact than the AWPers, in my opinion.
Okay.
So,
okay.
Yeah.
Do you guys feel that way?
I can agree. I think I can speak why I think also riflers are more important, just because, like, as Niko said, like getting an entry I think means so much nowadays. Like teams are really good at capitalizing, let's say a 5v4, and it's much tougher to win a 4-on-5 on the opposites. But that then comes back to, if you have like a nice op on your team, you can maybe win that 4-on-5. But then again, just I think playing from an advantage, and nowadays it's, CS is becoming more and more calculated, I think, where like the teams make really good decisions, and they can just win the round based on a small advantage like that. So just having a great entry fragger is very beneficial for any team.
Okay. What do you think, Donk?
Yeah, I agree. I just think the rifles have like more resource to like use their skills, I would say, because like AWPers get used to just control the map, and the rifles going forward and taking some space, so they have just more space to show themselves.
Okay. Now, all of you get to play with very good AWPers, right? You've got Zywu, you've got Monacy, you've got Shiro, all very good AWP, like some of the most elite level AWPers that we have in the game right now. But they're different styles of AWPers. Like Zywu is probably the biggest in terms of hybrid, I would say. Monacy is the flashiest and maybe most aggressive of the bunch. And then Shiro is mechanically very strong, but maybe the most risk adverse in the sense that he's not always going for opening picks. He's more doing the job of an AWP, more like what Device used to be like. So you get kind of a different spectrum of teams and different spectrums of players. This is why, like, for you, you're the most impactful player in the world. Like that, I think statistically speaking, Donk finds the most impact out of all the players. And then in your team, Zayu has to be one of the more impactful because like the way that the resources are shared, like Flamesy he's a good rifler, he's very good at making space on the T side and everything, but he's not like Donk, he's not like Niko, he's not like Kiyasuke. So there's different balances to things. I guess this just plays in a team complexion. So I'm trying to find where I could go with a question with this, but for me, this is why your teams are all kind of structured a little bit differently. Yours has the biggest problem though, doesn't it? You have the most stars packed into one place, or at least that's what we think is going to happen with Kiyasuke. So your balance is going to be the hardest.
Yeah, I mean, definitely it's going to take some time for us to adjust everything, but we were aware of it when we, decided to bring him in. We knew that it's going to be a bit messy at the start, but as I said, we believe he's. I don't think we are the only ones that believe that he's probably the biggest thing. The next Donk, yeah. Right?
He's the new star.
The new star.
The first Kiyasuke.
Okay, the first Kiyasuke.
So
okay.
We will do like everything that we can to make him be the best version of himself, and then all the other players, mostly obviously me and René, are gonna try to take a step back where we need to and let him shine, let him do his thing, let him feel the game. We also want him to. We don't want to put him in a position and say, this is the best for you as of right now. We want to make sure that he learns the game, how to play on a long term, not just that we don't want to put him like, let's say on some anchor position where it's easy at the start, but we want to make sure that he understands the rotations, everything that comes, it's like the qualities that you need to have as a player if you want to be the best. We want to make sure that he learns things as quickly as possible.